Okay guys, I keep moving to kind of get some more light in the room, so there'll be some different views. Anyway, thank you guys for clicking on this video and for watching. I wanted to talk about something that I've talked about on my personal channel. I think I might have said something about it here a couple of, maybe like a year and a half ago when I first started YouTube, but I just kind of wanted to talk about it again a little bit. So, I'm the oldest of 6 kids, and we range from 28 to 13. And so, yes, we all have the same parents. Yes, yeah, basically that's it. Yes, we have the same parents. Yes, my parents weren't crazy. But one thing I have to say about being an oldest is it usually will, like, you want a big family or you don't. And out of all of my siblings, I say the 15 and 13-year-old don't really count, but out of us older 4, I definitely am the one that wants the biggest family. Were there things that we weren't able to do because we were in a big family? Absolutely. Do I regret any of that, or am I mad about any of that? No. Back when I was a kid, I was probably like, why can't we have this? But I would say that that really didn't even last that long, because I found that, oh, I can do this and I can do that. And there were things that I had the opportunity of, and there were things that I didn't. And looking back, I really don't have any anger or nor am I upset with my parents for not giving me things. Where I feel like some of my siblings are like, oh no, because I can't give my kids everything, I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna have that many kids or whatever. So I definitely say that it's different for everyone. And that usually happens, like, my parents couldn't pay for our college, but they helped pay for our house or whichever. So it's kind of like, well, you know, they helped where they could. The bonds that I created with my siblings have been probably the strongest through our childhood and through adulthood. And some of us are stronger, we have stronger relationships with each other, and other ones have stronger relationships with other siblings. And so that definitely changed. I remember summers back when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, we would play all day. Like, my mom would have to get us to stop to eat. And so we were constantly, like, we would make deals with my brother, because us older 4 were super close in age. I mean, if I was 6, my sister was 2. Out of the older 4, she was 2. So we definitely had a close, like, relationship. We were all really close in age, and so we'd make deals with my brother, like, if you play Barbies with us, we'll play cars with you. If you play dolls with us, we'll play cars with you, or whatever he had. So I definitely remember we had insane creative imaginations where I feel like kids today don't have that. And so I remember it was just so much fun to be with him and be active and imagine. And I remember back when Zoe was little bitty, I don't know, I don't think Jake was born, or Jake was about to be born. And one of our cousins was doing something, and he was being really ugly. And us kids just, I think that someone was picking on one of us or something, and all of us, like, down to little Zoe, were like, no, like, cut it out. And my grandfather's like, when y'all gang up, y'all are so scary. And I really don't feel like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't feel like anybody else around us have that really tight bond where they support each other. And then there was another time where a cousin was picking on another cousin, and us 6 kids were like, hey, you need to cut it out. And they're like, y'all are like a little army, and, you know, y'all can pick on each other, but nobody else can, but you also put people in their place, like, you're being disrespectful, you need to cut it out. And so it's funny, because even friends and stuff have mentioned that to us, like, y'all don't put up with nothing. Like, y'all support each other through and through. And he's like, y'all are scary when y'all team up. So those are definitely moments that I think are really funny, and I don't really think anything of it. I'm just like, I support my brother, I support my sisters, or whatever. And when people are like, y'all are scary when y'all team up. So it's kind of cool, and I really love the bonds and the connections that we made with each other, and how they're still strong today. Then the younger two came, and when Zoe came, I was 12, and when Jake came, I was 14. Yeah, or it was like 14 and a half. That changed everything. Like, our lives were completely different, because there was a 9-year gap between Zoe and or between Hannah and Zoe, and so there was a huge gap, and so I loved it. I think it was a little tricky at first, because a lot of people thought that they were our kids, but I absolutely loved it. Then 2 years later came Jacob, and even though there was a huge gap, it's kind of crazy to me to say, because there was a really big gap, but at the same time, the bond that especially Zoe and I have is like inseparable. We're like two of the same people in a way. We have, she's Zoe's just Zoe. Like, she has this crazy personality, but we are both really super close to each other, and so I feel like I'm closer to her than I am my older two siblings, which makes absolutely no sense, because we're a lot closer in age. But Zoe and I have this bond that, like, nobody can understand, nobody can break, no one can take anything from it, and so I love that. And then Jake and I have a different type of bond. We talk, we hang out, we play. We're just not, I feel like our souls are not intertwined as much as Zoe and I. But as far as being an oldest, I absolutely love it. And a lot of families, they're like, if you're oldest of a big family, you either want nothing to do with your younger siblings, or you don't want that many kids, or whatever. And that's definitely not the case. I'm always wanting them around. I'm always wanting my family around. I'm like, oh, let's go do something. Especially with the younger two, I feel like, than the older kids, because they're at the age now where they have their lives. Hannah's getting married, and Chris has, a job, and, well, I mean, she's had a job, but, like, a career, and she's, like, managing that and everything. So it's a lot harder. But at the same time, like, I also love it when we're all together and we're having fun. And I like to, do things. So that's what I'd say. As far as being an oldest, I absolutely love it. Now, there are times where it's not so fun. Like, when parents are like, you're the oldest, you have to set an example. But overall, I say it has been the best experience. Anyway, thanks, guys, for watching.